Hi y'all, my name is Tina. Welcome back to Reaction Row. I want to start this video by apologizing for taking so long to post a new Hannibal video. As some of you know, I was sick with COVID. It was the first time I got it and it hit me really hard, probably because I'm asthmatic, but I've been really sick and recovering, and I'm still recovering. I still can't smell. I'm a little congested and my taste is coming back, thank God. But yeah, I still get very winded and things like that. So I'm still recovering, but I feel really badly for not posting. I know that this isn't like my full-time job or anything, but I do take it seriously and I enjoy doing it. So I feel like an obligation to post videos to those of you who have subscribed to me, whether it be on Patreon or YouTube. So I feel really horrible that I didn't get to post in the past couple of weeks. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to get back on schedule with Hannibal videos, posting on YouTube on Mondays. And I always post earlier on Patreon, like a week earlier. So you can always find my videos there as well if you want to subscribe to my Patreon. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on Hannibal Season 1 episodes 11 and 12, I believe. Yeah, 11 and 12. So last we left off, we know that Will is sick. We know that Hannibal is hiding that from Will. We know that Hannibal killed the doctor who knew that Will was sick, and it's getting crazy. It's getting really crazy. I'm really concerned for Will. He needs time to recover. He needs a vacation, and he needs to know that he actually has something wrong with him, and it's not just mental illness like Hannibal is leading him to believe. So I can't wait to see where we're going from here. I'm gonna get started on Hannibal Season 1. Sorry. Season 1 episodes, what was it? 11 and 12.
South Indian curry. Made from sheep, of course. Bathed in a coconut coriander chili sauce.
It feels like a Last Supper.
You're not the only psychiatrist accused by...
It might be his last supper.
Poke around a psychopath's mind. Bound to get poked back.
You never know with Hannibal, right?
What would you do in my position?
Deny everything.
Oh no, he's gonna start dreaming. Dying. Oh my gosh. He ought to like check himself into a hospital or something, and then like don't go to Hannibal, just go straight to the emergency room, sir. Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, why is he asleep at 8 o'clock at night? I wish I could sleep at that hour.
So, you get to dress up and I don't? This might affect how well my testimony goes over with the judge.
Testimony speaks for itself.
Frederick, don't look so worried. I forgive you your trespasses.
What trespasses are those?
You made me kill the nurse. I take responsibility for killing my wife and her family. The nurse is your fault.
I cannot accept responsibility for your actions, Abel.
Au contraire, it's why I'm suing you. think I was somebody else. And now, who knows what I'm thinking.
Dr. Gideon, you told me you were the Chesapeake Ripper.
Dr. Chilton, you told me I was the Chesapeake Ripper, and that's what I'm going to tell everyone.
It's the he said of it all.
See you in court.
Is he the guy that plays in SVU? Barba? I don't really watch the newer SVU episodes, but I swear I've seen a few where he plays the lawyer. I could be wrong. The DA or something. Oh, he got free. Okay. So maybe the blood really was. I didn't even catch it. Maybe their blood really was on those whites. Handcuffs are that sharp. Imagine it being blunt and he just being that, like, strong. How many hearts?
The man who
Jeez.
escaped from that van was not in the same state of mind when he did this.
We took a uniform, police radio, 2 9mm handguns, pepper spray, taser, and handcuffs.
Well, it's what he didn't take.
He hung the organs from the branches with the vein from the victims.
He even tied little bows with some of them. Yeah, this is pretty impressive.
Chesapeake Ripper would not have left the organs behind.
Well, if Gideon isn't
Obviously, because he
Chesapeake
eats
Ripper,
them.
he's certainly trying to get his attention.
I don't know how to gauge who I am anymore.
Hmm.
I don't feel like myself. I feel like I have been gradually becoming different for a while. I just feel like somebody else.
What do you feel like?
I feel crazy.
That is what you fear most.
I fear not knowing who I am. That's what Abel Gideon's afraid of, isn't it? He's like a blind man. Somebody got inside his head and moved all the furniture around.
That's what I'm wondering.
Gideon would want to find the Chesapeake Ripper to gauge who he is.
Is Hannibal trying to make Will a killer? Is what I've been wondering for episodes. Like, you know, is that what his end game is with Will?
Take me as your gauge.
I feel like the show always has me like tense, like always on the edge of my seat. I'm turning into Will.
Any secret communiques or coded messages written in bodily fluids or anything else, we'll find them.
You won't find anything. Whatever's going on with Gideon, it's in his head.
What do you think will happen if Gideon finds the Chesapeake Ripper?
Chesapeake Ripper will kill him. He took credit for his work. The Ripper would consider that rude.
Come on in. Now, you wrote in your tabular archive that the Chesapeake River once removed a man's tongue and used it as a bookmark for his Bible. They call this the Colombian necktie. What do you think? Should you stop breathing?
Oh my God.
Okay, I give her credit for being just really calm.
Real Chesapeake Ripper is a collector of surgical trophies. I'm gonna leave him a little gift. In fact, I'm gonna leave him a gift basket. It is truly amazing how many organs body can offer up before it really begins to suffer.
Oh my gosh.
All right, stay awake now. Come on, Frederick. I'm gonna ask you to hold a few things.
Okay, sir. He deserves an award, this guy who plays Gideon.
What next?
He looks familiar to me. I have to look up who he is because he looks familiar to me.
This work that we do, it will compromise your immune system if you allow it. You gotta keep things in perspective. You gotta keep yourself in perspective.
Myself is a little hazy at the moment.
You gotta start taking better care of yourself. Build my resistance.
Take him to
You
a
just
doctor.
can't take it all in.
To the ER. To
Got to let go
FBI
of as much of it as you
doctors,
can.
not mental
Just gotta
illness
let
doctors, but like actual
Hard.
medical
Shake off.
doctors.
It's already under your skin.
I'm so worried.
Mark.
I got nervous. Excuse me. Wait, hold on. I thought I was staying in the car. Oh, is he just streaming this? I can't breathe. Okay, he's just streaming.
Gideon's gone. He's still alive.
I need medical in here now!
I was expecting the Chesapeake Ripper. Or are you he?
Oh, shoot.
Turn around, don't look at me.
He's seen Hobbs.
You are looking a little peaky, Mr. Graham. Don't mind my saying. I may be crazy, but you look ill.
Drive.
Who is your doctor?
What do you see, Will?
Garrett, come on. What do you see?
I don't see anyone.
Oh, he's right there.
There's no one there, Will.
You're right.
We're alone. You came here alone. Do you remember coming here?
Please don't lie to me.
Garrett Jacob Hobbs is dead. You killed him. You watched him die.
What's happening to me?
Will.
Oh my gosh.
Will, you're having an episode. I want you to hand me the gun. Will. I want you to hand me your... Will.
I'm like so tense right now. Like, what the actual...
He's had a mild seizure.
That doesn't seem to bother you.
Oh my God.
Said it was mild. Are you the man who claimed to be the Chesapeake Ripper?
Why do you say claimed?
Of course you're not. You know you're not, and you don't know much more about who you are beyond that.
Are you the Ripper?
Terrible thing. To have your identity taken from you.
Well, I'm taking it back. One piece at a time. You should see the pieces I got out of my psychiatrist.
Alana Bloom was one of your psychiatrists, too. Is that right?
Yes, Dr. Bloom.
I can tell you where to find her.
Oh my gosh. He looks like death.
Good. It wasn't a stroke. You may have had a seizure. Tell me the last thing you remember.
I was with Garrett Jacob Hobbs.
You have a fever. You were hallucinating. You thought he was alive. Here, in the room with you.
I saw him.
He's a delusion disguising reality. Don't let that let you slip away. You killed Garrett Jacob Hobbs once. You can find a way to kill him again.
I don't know if I will ever be myself again. If I've got any self left over. I spent so long thinking I was him. It's gotten really hard to remember who I was when I wasn't him.
Who are you now?
Now I'm you. We're both here looking at her. It's those kind of people that shouldn't be in a relationship. You and I are already committed. It's hard to be with another person when you can't get out of your own head.
I want to get out.
Yeah. We all want things that we can't have. But if I kill her, like he would kill her, maybe I could understand him better. I wonder if then you would finally understand what you've become.
Will shot him. Oh, and he collapsed. Oh my gosh. Y'all, what is happening?
Sewing up Dr. Chilton until the morning. That is, if he makes it through the night.
At least Will remains in one piece. I would recommend you suspend his license to carry firearms.
You and I are just going to have a difference of opinion about who Will is, Doctor.
I know who Will is. Will knows who he is.
Yes.
But our experiences shape us, Jack. How is this experience going to shape Will?
At least he's getting some sort of medical treatment, though they don't know what it is. know, I'm getting emotional. Holy darn, y'all.
Will Graham does not present you with problems from normal life.
No, he doesn't.
What does he present you with?
The opportunity for friendship.
He is still your patient, Hannibal. Where Will Graham is concerned, if you feel the impulse to step forward, you must force yourself to take a step back.
Just watch him lose his mind.
Sometimes all we can do is watch.
You look better.
Do I look alive?
You look pretty.
Must be all the oxygen. They say, what's wrong with you?
Not just the fever. I'm trying to find out what else.
They won't find anything. They'll keep looking, keep taking tests, keep giving false diagnosis, bad meds. But they won't find out what's wrong.
Smells delicious.
Silky chicken in a broth. A black-balled bird, prized in China for its medicinal value since the 7th century. Wolfberries, ginseng, ginger, red dates, and star anise.
You made me chicken soup.
Well, he is his husband. I mean,
Yes.
he was like, we're her fathers when he was talking about Abigail.
The nurses tell me you've been wandering, Will.
I was awake. Wandering with purpose and good intentions.
Visiting that unfortunate young woman suffering from delusions.
She's my support group.
And I hope yours. Nothing more isolating than mental illness.
The hallucinations, the loss of time, sleepwalking. Could that have all just been the fever?
Fevers can be symptoms of dementia. Dementia can be a symptom of many things happening in your body or mind that can no longer be ignored, Will. This young woman you were visiting, how's her recovery?
I don't think she wants to recover. I'm afraid to remember what she did.
Can't say I blame her.
He doesn't want her to remember his face. Okay, she wasn't dreaming. How did it ignite with just the comb? Holy darn, y'all.
The hospital speculates that it was a short circuit that ignited the fire.
Unit looks well maintained. No exposed wiring.
Horrible way to die.
There was a kid in Italy who was in one of these things. A spark of static electricity from his pajamas set it off. 2 cubic yards of oxygen suddenly became 2 cubic yards of fire.
It's possible that she set the fire herself.
She wasn't wearing her grounding bracelet. It prevents the buildup of static electricity. She took it off.
Suicide by immolation.
She was facing 2 murder charges.
She wasn't suicidal, Jack. She was sick. I was here. I spoke to her.
Why did you speak to her?
Because I know how she felt.
She's a murder suspect. She tried to kill you. You're trying to be her friend. Impacts the case against her.
Well, the case against her doesn't really matter anymore, does it, Jack?
Who was? Marissa? Marissa
Marissa Shore was killed by the copycat. So was Cassie Boyle.
I still blame my dad.
Blame him for Nick Boyle's death?
I blame Nick Boyle for Nick Boyle's death. He killed Marissa. He got what was coming to him.
Nick Boyle did not kill your friend.
And who did?
Better question is, who killed Nick? He wasn't a killer. I've interviewed enough killers to know one when I see one.
Ooh, is that her saying she knows it's her?
What gives them away?
A very specific brand of hostility. I see it every time I look at Will Graham.
He did kill my dad.
As far as I'm concerned, he killed Nick Boyle. He and Jack Crawford told everyone Nick was the copycat, and then someone murdered him for it.
You really don't think he did it?
Whoever killed Nicholas Boyle killed an innocent man.
See?
Darn stag.
I don't care.
Georgia Madchen didn't commit suicide, and whatever happened to her wasn't an accident.
I'm gonna have Z come down here and stick a thermometer in you, and if you've got a temperature higher than 99,
She was
then...
murdered, Jack.
By who?
By whoever killed Dr. Sutcliffe.
His blood was all over Georgia Madchen. Her DNA was all over him.
She told me there was somebody else there. She couldn't see his face.
There was somebody else there. It was Dr. Sutcliffe. She couldn't see his face because she'd cut it in half. Well, I understand. You're looking for an explanation that makes all of this okay.
No. I
Yes,
don't.
you
That
do.
is not what I want. Listen, something went wrong, and we will never know what that is. But for all of the doctors she saw, for all of the help she received, she was fighting that wrong alone.
There is nothing you could do about that.
All her adult life, this woman was misunderstood. What I can do is make sure that her death isn't misunderstood. She didn't kill herself. This wasn't an accident. Could it have been a plastic cone?
Static charge from a plastic comb in a highly oxygenated environment would be a powerful accelerant.
Anything combustible in there would combust.
You're holding the murder weapon.
Or whatever she used to kill herself.
No. Oh. Whoever killed Sutcliffe wanted to kill him how Georgia Madchen killed her victim, but not exactly how, correct?
Georgia Madchen carved up her victim's face. Sutcliffe was nearly decapitated at the jaw. I mean,
So she went further the second time. Serial killers often do that.
She was copied. Like, whoever killed Marissa Shore and Cassie Boyle wanted to copy how Garrett Jacob Hobbs killed his victims.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that Dr. Sutcliffe was killed by Garrett Jacob Hobbs' copycat?
So was Georgia Madchen. Because he thinks she saw his face.
You said Nicholas Boyle was the copycat. His blood was on one of the victims. Nicholas Boyle is dead.
Well, then he isn't the copycat.
Ooh.
Could this be more than just a fever? Will is connecting murders that previously had no connections.
Beyond his involvement in the investigations.
That's right.
So you're wondering if the lines are blurring or if he's onto something.
I'm wondering all sorts of things. What's Will's relationship with Abigail Hobbs right now?
You think he's protecting her?
He has been ever since he shot her father. I just don't know from what.
I can't imagine he would hide anything criminal from you. I've only ever known Will as a man striving to be his best self.
You haven't known him that long. We both know him well enough to know he hasn't been himself.
Jack.
He needs our support, whether or not mental illness is involved.
Mental illness? Is it really mental illness, Doctor, or is it just that his mind works so differently from most people's that we don't know what else to call it?
There are days when even Will doesn't understand his own thinking.
Do you have a court order?
I've been wondering if Jack has known.
I'd rather not get one if I don't have to.
I mean, I said it episodes
So it's
prior.
an official inquiry.
Not yet.
If Jack knows that Hannibal
I'd
is
hate to damage
the
anyone's
Ripper.
reputation unnecessarily.
Whose reputation would that be?
I suspect that Dr. Hannibal Lecter may be withholding pertinent information involving a murder investigation. So thank you.
So he hasn't confided in the FBI. You are hoping he's confided in his psychiatrist, and I'll tell you.
Yes, ma'am. So if we can't discuss Dr. Lecter, perhaps we can discuss you. You were attacked by a patient not too long ago. I read the report. I know that there was a statement given by Dr. Lecter.
The patient who attacked me was a former patient of Dr. Lecter.
And he was referred to you by Dr. Lecter?
Yes.
This patient almost killed you.
He swallowed his tongue while he was attacking me. It's the only thing that saved my life.
Thank God for small favors.
Yes, thank God.
You should know there was another attack recently in Dr. Lecter's office. It involved another patient, 2 dead, including the patient.
It's not bad psychology, Agent Crawford. Putting me in a position to have to defend or not to defend of Dr. Lecter.
You have to admit he's had some pretty strange relationships with some of his patients.
Complicated patients are conducive to complicated relationships.
All right. How far do you think Dr. Lecter would go in his therapy to treat a patient? Specifically, Will Graham.
Hannibal refers to Will Graham more as a friend than as a patient.
How far do you think he would go to treat a friend?
Well, he doesn't have many of them, so I imagine he'd be loyal. I know that he's concerned about Will Graham, and I know that he wants to help him.
Well, I consider Will a friend, and I'd like to help him too.
It seems to me that Will Graham would do well to have more friends like Dr. Lecter.
When you killed my dad,
I felt terrified. Then I felt powerful.
it felt good. To get to end it, to stop it all. I thought I got away from him.
No, I don't think either of us have gotten away from your father.
I wish I killed him. For killing my mom. For killing all those girls, for making me
Making you what, Abigail?
part of it. Part of any of it. This wasn't supposed to be my life.
An agent from the FBI came to see me. He asked me questions about your relationship with Will Graham.
Jack Crawford was here.
He had enough doubt in whatever it is you told him about your patient to feel the need to verify.
He believes Abigail Hobbs was involved in her father's crimes, and he suspects Will is protecting her.
And evidently, he suspects you are protecting Will. Are you?
Are you asking as my psychiatrist?
I'm stepping out of my role as your psychiatrist, and I'm speaking to you now. You may find that difficult to accept.
You're right, it is.
You have to maintain boundaries, Hannibal.
When the pressures of my personal and professional relationships with Will grow too great, I assure you, I'll find a way to relieve them.
Makes you wonder what all she knows about him.
I wasn't planning on framing her. I was planning on framing me.
Ooh.
You believe this is personal?
If it wasn't before, it is now. This could be someone at the Bureau, someone in the police department, someone who knows the crimes and has access to the investigations.
Someone like
Excuse me.
There will be evidence. I found a pattern, and now I'm going to reconstruct his thinking.
How do you intend to do that?
By taking Abigail back to Minnesota. Start where the copycat started, when he called Garrett Jacob Hobbs.
Will, this is venturing into the paranoid. I can't allow you to pull Abigail into your delusion.
This isn't a delusion. I'm not hallucinating. I haven't lost time. I am awake, and this is real.
How is the book coming?
There's plot holes.
Tell me how you're filling them in.
Did Abigail Hobbs kill Nick Boyle?
Why do you say that?
Abigail is one of those very smart girls who hasn't quite figured out that very smart girls grow up and know all the moves they're making when they're trying to hide something. What is Will Graham trying to hide?
He may have been confused because he was waking up. Might not have known where he was or how he got there.
Waking up.
From a dissociated personality state. He would appear perfectly normal and not remember a thing. But a fractured part of him would.
And how long have you been aware of this?
He's only recently started to discuss these episodes.
Well, unless recently means just before I walked into your office, you failed to mention any of this to me.
Because I was trying to determine if it was trauma and stress from the work he's doing for you or mental illness. So they're wise to be sure before making any kind of claim about Will Graham's sanity.
He's taken Abigail Hobbs. You have any idea where they might be going? We have evidence that she was involved in some of her father's crimes. We just don't know how involved. Is it possible that Will knew what Abigail was doing? Is that why he's protecting her?
I'm so sorry, Jack.
So he's framing him. Oh, why? Oh my gosh. So he can be locked up. I mean, it can't be too hard to track him. He's on a plane. Probably rented a car.
You more a fisherman or hunter?
Dad taught me how to hunt.
That's not what I'm asking.
I think that somebody could be you.
Sorry. Where are we?
Dulles International, Virginia.
Was there a young woman traveling with me?
All the other passengers are disembarked. It's just you, sir.
What is happening? I know he's unraveling. I know that has that dissociative identity disorder or state. I don't know if it's an identity disorder. Dissociative state. But is that really what's going on with him? Because Hannibal could just be talking lies the whole time.
What are you doing here?
I was so worried about you. Will told me he was taking you to Minnesota, and I strongly advised against it. Where's Will?
I left him at the cabin. I didn't feel safe with him, so I left him. He knows everything.
So does Jack Crawford.
If I run, they'll catch me, won't they? You can't protect me anymore.
They'll arrest you when they find you, yes. And will.
Did he kill Marissa?
They will believe he did. They will believe he killed others too.
Will always said whoever called the house that morning was the serial killer. Why did you really call?
I wanted to warn your father that Will Graham was coming for him.
Why?
I was curious what would happen. I was curious what would happen when I killed Marissa. I was curious what you would do.
He wanted me to kill Nick Boyle.
I was hoping. I wanted to see how much like your father you were.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
Nicholas Boyle is more important for you gutting him. He changed you, Abigail. That's more important than the life he clambered after.
Holy darn, y'all. All a game.
How many people have you killed?
Many more than your father.
Creepy.
Are you going to kill me?
I'm so sorry, Abigail. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you in this life.
So he's gonna kill her and make it seem like Will killed her back at the cabin. Oh my gosh. Oh, he just wanted to see how it would play out. So he's just doing these little things. So twisted. I can't. I feel so bad for Will. He's gonna get arrested. Oh my gosh. He's gonna get arrested and he's already like dying. So I don't know. I have one more episode to go this season. And I have a feeling that the episode's going to end next week whenever I watch it with Will getting arrested. So crazy. It's a good show. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. And then to see a season 2, like who's going to catch Hannibal? He plays everybody. He plays everyone's emotions. So crazy. Well, I want to thank y'all for watching, liking, and subscribing, and sticking with me as I recover. And again, thank you for everything. I appreciate y'all's support, and I hope y'all have an amazing day. Bye.